No, and I feel, you know what? Let's just refocus up. I mean, if we're going through, listen, pay attention to this one. This is verse 38. Jesus, once more deeply moved, came to the tomb. It was at a cave with a stone laid across the entrance. Take away the stone, he said. But Lord, said Martha, the sister of the dead man, by this time there is a bad odor, for he has been there 4 days. Then Jesus said, did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God? So they took away the stone. Then Jesus looked up and said, Father, I thank you. I thank you that you've heard me. I knew that you always hear me, but I said this for the benefit of the people standing here, that they may believe that you sent me. When he had said this, Jesus called out in a loud voice, Lazarus, come out. The dead man came out, his hands and his feet wrapped with strips of linen and a cloth around his face. Jesus said to them, take off the grave clothes and let him go. Like, for real, if we're talking about being a real one, you know, before we even talk about being a real one, we got to sit and consider, like, I feel like a lot of us are still wearing our grave clothes. We've been going through John chapter 11, and this is like the 4th time that I see that Martha kind of, she has faith. She goes up to Jesus and she says, Jesus, I know that you can raise him up. I know that you're the Lord. I know that you're the Savior. But when it comes to the moment where Jesus goes to work the miracle, move the stone, he says. He says, move the stone. And instead of moving the stone, what do they do? Excuses. What do they say? It's like there's going to be a foul odor, there's going to be a foul smell. At the end of these verses, Jesus says, remove the grave clothes and let him go. And I think that's so important because a lot of us, we ask for miracles all the time, man. We ask God to move all the time. How many times have you pray and you ask for this, you ask for that, you say, God do this, God do that, and God goes to do it, and when he goes to do it, there's a but. But wait, there's a foul smell. But wait, there will be odor. But wait, it's been 4 days. But wait, the miracle can't happen. I see that God is trying to move, but the miracle can't happen. And why can't the miracle happen? Because it's been 4 days. Because it's a bad smell. Because everything around the situation and the circumstances, everything, the setting of the situation is just telling me that it's too late. So we're talking about being a real one. We talk about being about the prayer that we want to see, being about the miracles that we want to see. I think the first step is for us to let go of our grave clothes. And I don't think Jesus mentioned that by coincidence. See, because a lot of us come to the faith, we come and we become believers. And we start praying, we start living the life. We look, listen, we're walking like Lazarus. We're responding like Lazarus because Lazarus got up. Lazarus walked, Lazarus is alive, and then what? He still told them to take off his grave clothes. That means that you can walk as a Christian, you can walk as a believer, you can show all the appearances that everything is fine, that you're saved, and you are, and still be wearing the grave clothes. Wow. Still be wearing the clothes of the past. Wow. And a lot of it comes down to those moments where God is just speaking something into existence. Move that stone, and our response to move that stone is simply, but God, it's been 4 days and it must smell bad. I can't take off my past because it's been 5 years that I've been struggling with this and it looks bad. Come on, brother. I can't be different. I can't change. I can't be better. I can't be someone better because it's been my whole life and I've been dealing with this struggle. And if I try to change, that would mean that someone will be able to acknowledge the fact that I have a struggle and that smells bad. and listen, I don't want to get into it, but I feel like this is just one of those moments where you got to sit and really consider. What is God speaking over you right now? All that deliverance you've been praying for, that miracle you've been praying for, to see God move in an extraordinary and spectacular way. God is speaking a man back to life. Wow. God is speaking a man back to life. And what? humanity says is the response to that is simply, but God,
Wow.
it's been 4 days, but God, he's dead, but God, he stinks,
That's so true.
but God is already over. And we're seeing the miracle, man. Lazarus is walking up and we're walking with him.
So true.
We received the call. We received the call. We heard the voice of God and we've chosen to become believers and we're here. But we were still walking with that same grave clothing. We're still walking with that same death. We're walking with the weight of everything that happened beforehand. We're walking with the weight of our past and our mistakes and our failures. And instead, realistically speaking, I mean, if God is saying anything today, let me just grab the Bible. Let me just grab the Bible and read it again. Jesus said to them, take off the grave clothes and let him go. Yes. And if God is telling you anything right now, is just take off that grave clothes and go. Let him go. Be free. Let him go. That is a word of freedom. That is a command of freedom. We know when Jesus speaks, he's speaking commands.